Hey guys, me Dave. It's 9/22/2021 Wednesday night. So I thought I'd do a little video. I don't have a whole lot going on. It hasn't been that bad. Well, I mean they're laying off on the torture, but I'm still getting a lot of remote neural monitoring, manipulation, past memories and stuff like that. Um, it's on a continuous cycle. I can tell it's AI. That I can tell it's AI. It's that quick. I'll be thinking of something or whatever, and they'll inject that quick. You know, um, falsified memories or whatever into my mind. So I was thinking about my program today. I had some time on my hands a little bit today and stuff, and took Max out a couple times, and got out a couple times and went for a ride and all this stuff. So I was thinking about my program. What the weird thing is that okay, I've been locked up. Let's see how many times. It's been 3 times total. The first time, the cops brought me down there. They held me for 2 nights. They let me out on the third day and all this stuff. Didn't get diagnosed or nothing. Nothing. They didn't ask me about anything. Got let loose. I never received a bill. The weird thing is I never received a bill from any of this stuff. The second time I was held there in a different hospital, a different mental ward, for 11 days. I got tortured, brutally tortured in that psych ward. I never received a bill. I never received a bill. Never got a bill. Never got anything. That time, and the third time, they held me for 5 weeks, and never got a bill. I never got a bill. It's not on my medical records. They committed me. They held the court right at the hospital with the judge and city attorneys, and I had an attorney. He wasn't working for me. He was working for the other side. Obviously, they were paying the guy like $350 an hour. He wasn't working for me. He was working for the other side. But he was supposed to be the best. He was the best in this. Well, he didn't do anything for me. All he did was, instead of having a regular commitment, he did a civil. He asked the city attorney, which was my ex-girlfriend's sister. My ex-girlfriend's sister was a city attorney. And then my attorney, they stepped out in the hallway and they said, well, let's see if we can do a civil commitment. It won't go on his record. It won't show up anywhere, blah, blah, blah. So that's what they did. They made a deal. And they still sent me to this treatment center for 3 months. And they brutally tortured me in that treatment center. I mean, it was full of perps. It was full of perps. It really was. They went home at nighttime. I had the whole place to myself at night. They went home. It was an old mansion. It had 15 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Perps went home at night. They were there perping me and validating and everything else, 24/7. Or, well, not 24/7 because they went home at night. But from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 at night, they let me sleep at night most of the time. So I never got a bill. I was looking on my medical records a few days ago, looking at my medical records. Nothing shows up. Nothing shows up. It doesn't say I was in the psych ward. It doesn't say that I had a psychiatrist. It doesn't say anything. I received no bill. Never got a bill. Never. I don't know how much all this stuff cost. Never got billed. My psychiatrist doesn't even show up now. Doesn't even show up. Mr. Dr. Braun doesn't show up. I seen him for I don't know. I seen him for a good 6 months. I think the guy who diagnosed me, personally, I think he was a CIA doctor, possibly. He kind of came in, diagnosed me, stuck around for a while, and gave me I seen him a few times, and and he was gone. He's like, I'm moving to Iowa because I have family down there. So then let me see another guy, which I think he did work at the hospital. And he stuck around for a few months. He's like, I'm quitting. I'm going to be out of here. So then they had me go to see Dr. Braun, which was just filling in. And I seen him for probably almost a year. And then he's like, I'm going back to this other place where I work. I'm not gonna be around anymore. And then he said, well, you can go to this other place and see the nurse practitioner. He's like, you're gonna be okay as long as you take your meds. Well, they're still torturing me. They still torture me to hell. Almost sent me to the hospital. But I never got a bill. I never got billed. I never seen how much this stuff cost. Never got anything. I never got a statement from the hospital. Nothing. All the stuff I went through, I didn't see, and it shows up. I looked at my medical records. Nothing shows up. It doesn't show up that I was in the psych ward. It doesn't show up that anything. My last visit shows up where I was complaining about directed energy attacks. That shows up on my medical records. But it doesn't, nothing shows up that I got committed. Nothing. It's like it didn't happen. It's like I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. It's like none of it shows up. It's unreal. It's unbelievable. There's no record of any of this. Where I was locked up, where I got, all this stuff, got committed and all this stuff. None of it shows up. It's like it didn't happen. I look back on my medical records, nothing there. It just says that I was diagnosed back in 2016. That's all it says. It doesn't say anything. All the stuff I went through, there's no record of it at all. It's crazy, man. It's like I'm a ghost. It's like it didn't happen, Other than that, not too much going on. I got out a few times today and all this stuff. I had to run over to Superior, Wisconsin, and get some supplies and stuff, and nothing going on. But I was just thinking about my medical records and all the stuff I went through. None of it shows up. None of it does. I never seen a statement. I bet you it was a lot of money to hold me for 5 weeks and then send me to, then they sent me to another place for a week. They shut that whole place down. It was all perps there. And they all went home at night. It was like a check-in center. They sent me there for a week. And then they sent me to a treatment center for 3 months. All perps. It has to be controlled. They got to control the scenarios. They got to control what's going on, what people say, and all this stuff. And it wears on these people, you guys. It wears on these people. They were switching them in and out, every couple weeks. They were acting like patients and all this stuff. But they were harassing me and stuff all the time. Set me up, to be harassed and all this stuff, and saying parts of my life all the time, and, talking about all this and that and this and that. It was crazy. It was unreal. But it has to be controlled. They got to control the whole situation. The conversations, the scenarios, street theater, all that stuff. They got to control it, to get reactions out of you and validate and everything else. It's unreal. It's crazy. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. None of it shows up. No record of it at all. No record. They hit me with rage in the ER, and I threatened a nurse, a guy nurse, and then they kind of put me in this other section and locked me up, where I was locked in there with a security guard for 2 days, 2 or 3 days. And they tried to make me look violent. They hit me with rage and all this stuff, and all this stuff. None of it shows up. Doesn't show up at all on my medical records. It's crazy. Anyway, so I suppose I'm gonna cut this off. I just thought I would share a little bit of that with you guys. I guess I'm a ghost. Yeah, I'm a ghost. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.